I'm talking about those shows where the main character starts weak and ends up becoming the strongest. From One Piece, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, Dragon Ball to SAO, the biggest etc and etc. If you like those shows or even if you hate them, let me know in the comments below. Manhwas and manhwas is the art style associated with Chinese novels which reached the shores of Japan during the 80s and is also known as Japanese comics. Nowadays, you can find manhwas in Korea, thanks to the amazing cartoonists that developed this genre. Here, I'll show you my top 10 manhwas and mangas, recommendations, and also explain why you should give them a try. Number 10, City of Sanctuary. This is underrated as hell. Also, is this really a Chinese manga? I mean, I set my standard for Chinese mangas pretty low, but this is some good stuff right here. Fantasy, a popular VR game that sweeps the world. Some people found out that they can enter the game through another way, which makes it impossible. I'm kidding, it makes it actually really possible for them to bring the items and skills they obtain in the game back to reality. Oh, there goes reality. Oh, there goes habit. Get it? But at the same time, dying in the game would mean actually dying in real life. Fang Tian has been in the game for like more than 10 years now, and when he returned to reality, the world he knew had completely changed. That's a pretty good read. Number 9, King of Apocalypse. I was excited to see over 100 chapters. This manga got a lot of potential. Yu was mistakenly killed a few hundred years after the apocalypse, and then he traveled back in time right before the apocalypse began. Qin Yu rapidly grew into a formidable opponent with his apocalyptic combat experience and skills, overcoming hurdles, saving the world while protecting his beloved younger sister. This manga is actually very fascinating and piques my interest. Number 8, Regression Instruction Manual. This is really original, by the way. At first, I thought it was your typical regression plot, yada yada yada, but the plot twist, the first one of course, had me hooked, and it will hook you too. The characters are the main strong point of this manga. One day, I was summoned to this world, beasts poured out, an incredible crisis came. My talent couldn't have been worse, whether chosen warriors or talented wizards. Whether you have gone back in time, you can take advantage of everything in order to survive. What about trash? What can you do to survive? It's a good one to recommend who like this type of mangas. They're just amazing. Number 7, Yuanlong. This starts off normally like you expect it to, but the story is more realistic and much better. Special Forces Wang Sheng traveled to the Soul world and was possessed by the waste carp Yuan Soul, becoming a veritable waste person in the Soul world. Wang Sheng used the knowledge he had learned in the world of master spirits like Yun Wan to pass the battle, and even found a way to evolve the waste carp Yuan Soul. The sparrow becomes a phoenix and the carp leaps to a dragon gate. Wang Sheng has embarked on a road of Jackie Chan from Sinister Soul Dispute. Number 6, Medical Martial Arts. I believe it has a lot of potentials and it's a very good story. I mean, it was fine, but at the beginning, it was getting worse. After making a prince into a cuckold, the medical military officer went back to his country. This is a story about Wang Yuwu who can kill anyone he wants to in this world. Wang Yuwu is unbeatable. Some of the comedy faces made by characters are absolutely fantastic. The protagonist is very likable, and the art is just eh. Number 5, Back to Rule Again. Yang Fan saw his younger sister die in front of him and his girlfriend betrayed him, but he got lucky and was reborn before the apocalypse. It had a good start, but that's the only thing it had. Just read the last human instead of this. If you have already read it, that's great, and if you're looking for some good zombie stories, then I suggest something decent like I Have a Mansion in the post-apocalyptic world. The art design is very well done, to be honest, and we are given some background information as well on some of the characters that are traveling with Yang Fan. He can also summon shadow soldiers. Number 4, The Descent of the Demonic Master. This manga surprised me. Jinhu Kang used to be a very average teenager before an accident took away his family and his ability to walk. After reincarnating in medieval China, he becomes a demon master known as the Crimson Emperor. When his life is tragically cut short, he wakes up back in his previous life, before the accident, and with his powers and martial arts prowess intact, all Jinho wants is to live a normal life, but he soon realizes that monsters exist even in the modern world and only he can stop them. Pretty cool, honestly. It's a standard OP murder hobo reincarnation type of thing with no lack of wish fulfillment. Number 3. Battle Through Heavens. It is very interesting, to be honest. This is one of the first martial art manhwas that I had been reading since 2018. During that time, MA manhwas like this one were very rare, and I was very excited to read. Life is filled with rises and falls, and no one knows what the future will bring. But Xiao Yan, the 15-year-old shame of the Xiao family, makes himself an oath starting today. He will rise, step by step, to the very peak of this great continent of combat Q. Or should I say Chi? In this world of cultivation, of the never-ending struggle to strengthen oneself, he sets off on a journey to achieve ultimate power. Number 2. The Dungeon Master. This manga is a new good manga out there. Juano is a typical guy trying to find a full-time job, but one day he dives into the Han River and puts himself at risk of drowning to save a child that fell in. As he is about to meet an untimely death, a goddess appears before him and gives him a chance at another life. Not as a hero or a wizard, but as a weak, skillless brick larva. It's the beginning of an atrocious adventure, and the road to become the hero is long. Give it a try. Number 1. The Rebirth of an Eighth-Circled Wizard. Henry Morris was an eighth-circle wizard who was a legend, one of the founding fathers who helped his friend become the king of a unified empire. After the son took over the throne, Henry was executed with a false accusation of leading a rebellion against the empire. He then wakes up in a body of young Henry Morris, the eldest of a Byrne family, who also happened to have the same name. Henry turns his life around by, again, relearning magic and also swordsmanship in order to become the first magic swordsman, all for the sake of revenge. This one is one of the, like one of those where you are eager to read the story because it looks interesting at first, and then the more you read, the more you find issues with it until you can't handle it anymore. Overall, it's a pretty good story, not gonna lie. Check it out, man. That's all for today. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, then give this video a like and share it with your friends and family, and also subscribe for more top 10. Stay safe and take care. My name is Zita Khan, and I'm the voice of the voiceless. See you next time.